What's up, dude? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Another day, another crime story from one of the 50 states. Today we are moving on to Ohio, so I think we will just jump right into it. On November 1st of 1991, along a private farm lane off of State Route 56 southeast of Circleville, skeletal remains were found by a group of hunters. At first, investigators thought that the remains belonged to a woman because of the stature. It was believed that the person would have been between 5'1" and 5'4", so definitely closer to a woman's height. In 2012, DNA was able to be taken from the remains that proved that they actually belonged to a man. Which, how amazing is it that they were able to take skeletal remains from 91 and extract DNA in 2012? Like, that's honestly, to me, one of the craziest parts of this whole story, and it really is so cool that DNA has, or just that DNA testing and technology has come that far that, like, we're able to do that. Additional DNA was extracted in 2019 by the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation. So again, in 2019 then, 6 years later, they were able to get more DNA. Like, man, technology is amazing, guys. In January of this year, the sheriff's office contracted with Advanced DNA to do I'm not going to be able to say this word. Genealogical, yeah, testing, according to the Columbus Dispatch. The director of genetic and forensic case management for Advanced DNA said that a family tree with more than 4,000 members was developed and used to help identify the man. There were connections to England and Canada, as well as Virginia and Kentucky for the man. Now remember, he was found in Ohio, so he could have just had relatives there, not necessarily close ones, but still relatives. There were multiple checks done to make sure that the correct identity was in fact found. Now, Robert A. Mullins was a 21-year-old man from Columbus, Ohio, who went missing between November of 1988 and April of 1989, according to the Pickaway County Sheriff's Office. The remains that were found in 1991 were of Robert A. Mullins. His death is now being investigated. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it's not. His death is now being investigated as a homicide. Okay, so, like, that's good and all that they figured out who it was, but the weird thing for me is he went missing somewhere between November of 88 and April of 89, and he wasn't reported missing, like, after a few days, like, in November. It took, 7 months later for someone to, like, finally be like, yo, he was missing, or somewhere in between that time frame. That's how long it took for someone to be like, yo, where's Rob? Where's he been? Haven't seen him for a while. Like, that is the weirdest part of this whole case for me. So, like, you're telling me family wasn't more concerned about him and wondering about his whereabouts? That, I don't know. To me, just something doesn't set right with that. Like, why weren't more people looking for him? Was there some sort of family beef? Or maybe a family member offed our boy Robert, and that's why he wasn't reported missing for so long. I don't know what it is, but I think that this case could get very interesting the more it's investigated. But I also feel like I understand trying to figure out what happened and why he died, but this happened in 91. It has been over 20 years since he was found dead. What are the chances that anybody is gonna come forward and be like, yo, yep, that was me? Plus, when he was found, his remains had already decomposed enough that it was just skeletal remains. So I kind of feel like if someone else did this to him, if he was in fact, say, murdered, they feel like they got away with it. And honestly, how are you gonna find any kind of evidence to prosecute somebody? It's not like there's gonna be surveillance camera footage from then that's been, like, miraculously saved that, like, oh yeah, he was walking along this street, he went into this store. No, if the camera footage from 91, like, say in fact they did have security cameras, which, you know, a lot of stores could have and places and whatever. But it's like, do you really think that they're keeping the footage from 91? I think by now it's pretty safe to say that all that footage has been tossed. So it's like, how do you exactly plan on figuring out how this man was murdered? But that is the crazy thing about true crime, especially in today's day and age. We have so much more technology and like all the advancements that we've made. So I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised if they would find who did it, like if it was a homicide. So I guess I shouldn't say like I'd be very surprised. I mean, I would be surprised, but also it's like I shouldn't be, because we figured out who the Zodiac killer was. You know what I mean? Like, and that took how long? So, I don't know. But like I said, I do think that this will be interesting the more it develops. Please comment down below how you guys feel about this, what you think is going to happen. You know, like I always say, these stories do contain real people, so please be respectful of that. But I am interested in hearing your guys' thoughts about this story. And that is it for me today. If you guys enjoyed the story, definitely give it a thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel. You obviously don't have to, but it would be amazing if you did. And for those of you that I will be seeing tomorrow, I will see you tomorrow, and we are moving on to Oklahoma. So be on the lookout for that video. Bye, guys.